Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we're learning new details from police after a teen was shot and killed in Rowan County. And a federal judge has sentenced former Louisville Metro Police Department Detective Brett Hankinson to 2 years and 9 months in federal prison.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm Amelia Lee here on this July 22nd. We are at 5:32 this morning, and it is time to take a look at our weather with meteorologist Megan Dusmal on this hot start to our Tuesday. Megan, tell us what is going on with this steamy, moist weather we've got.
Steamy, moist, humid, whatever you call it, that is the forecast for today. Unfortunately, we have a lot of humidity in the air and, well, clear skies, which are going to lead to a foggy start to your day. And that will be a trend as we're going through the next couple days. In fact, we're under a dense fog advisory for all those counties highlighted in that nice little light gray shade until about 10 o'clock this morning. We'll be watching dense, patchy fog over the next couple hours, so be careful if you're heading off on the road. Nice and clear in terms of rain chances, though, and that will be the forecast for the remainder of your day. So a break from the rain is definitely much appreciated and much needed. Current temperatures are sitting at a mix of the 60s and 70s. And again, it's going to be steamy because we have a lot of humidity in the air, a trend that will follow us into the afternoon, making those high temperatures of the upper 80s and low 90s feel like the mid to upper 90s. So be prepared, stay hydrated as you're heading throughout the day. Amelia.
Wolfe County search and rescue team saved someone who fell off a cliff. They say the man went into the woods Thursday night and was reported missing Friday. He fell more than 50 feet, then tumbled off several smaller cliffs. Crews found him after hearing his cries for help. He was badly injured, but rescuers got him out and to a hospital. Over the weekend, a protest in Harlan County could have turned violent after some say an 18-year-old flashed a gun at protesters. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino spoke to some people who were there.
On Saturday, July 19th, Harlan police received a call that 18-year-old Marcus Slusher of Harlan pointed a gun at a group of protesters. Some protesters with the Kentucky Resist group say Slusher joined another counter-protester near the end of their event and began yelling at the group.
He wasn't there the whole time, but near the end he did join him and was yelling things at people.
Brother Christian Matson was also there. He says as they returned to their cars near the Harlan Center, Slusher drove through the parking lot several times menacingly in a red truck with an empty trailer.
And he followed us into the parking lot with his truck, flipped us off as he passed us, and then kind of hung out in the parking lot for a while. And then several minutes later, came past us out of the parking lot. And as he came past us, he brandished a rifle out his open window and yelled at one of the protesters, "I'm exercising my Second Amendment," and then drove past us and out of the parking lot.
There were reportedly about 10 to 12 people standing in the parking lot as he flashed the gun, and they were, quote, scared for their lives. Matson says Harlan police responded within a matter of minutes.
They got the guy immediately. They came and took everyone's witness statement, and, the officer who spoke with us said, obviously we can agree that everybody can have radically different viewpoints, but it draws a line when you threaten violence against someone for their viewpoint. If that young man had chosen to fire his gun, he could have, and thankfully he didn't.
Slusher was taken to the Harlan County Detention Center and is charged with terroristic threatening, second degree, and menacing. In Harlan County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
The Harlan City Police Chief released a statement saying, quote, "We take incidents like these seriously, and we are committed to ensuring the safety and security of all our citizens. Our officers responded promptly, and we will continue to investigate this matter thoroughly." Well, we are learning new details from police after a teen was shot and killed in Rowan County. Police say 15-year-old Luis Jocelyn Nunez Lopez was shot and killed in an apartment in Morehead early Sunday morning. His sister, Naomi, was also shot. Police arrested Gildardo Martinez for murder and other charges. An arrest citation identifies Martinez as the boyfriend of Lopez's mother. She told police Martinez tried to sexually force himself on her, and she kept telling him no. Martinez later asked the woman if she wanted him to leave, and she responded yes. Police say that's when Martinez grabbed a gun and shot through their bedroom door, hitting Lopez.
We've had murders here before, but nothing like this. You know, it's just a difficult situation for our community.
Lopez was a student at Rowan County Senior High School. School staff say their office will be open every day this week from 8 to 3. Anyone needing help navigate the loss. A woman is facing her second DUI charge after a rollover crash in Laurel County. Deputies say 35-year-old Tiffany Renee Thompson flipped her vehicle on Kentucky 1376 Saturday afternoon. The sheriff's office says she showed signs of impairment and admitted to using meth the day before. Thompson was arrested at the scene and taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. A Bell County man is accused of damaging critical infrastructure in Pineville. Police say 55-year-old David Gambrill was found with severed AT&T lines in his truck Saturday evening. Officers say the lines had been reported damaged earlier in the day. Gambrill is charged with criminal mischief and is being held in the Bell County Detention Center. A federal judge has sentenced former Louisville Metro Police Department Detective Brett Hankinson to 2 years and 9 months in federal prison. This all comes after the U.S. Department of Justice dropped a bombshell recommending no prison time for Hankinson. The former officer was federally convicted of violating Taylor's civil rights during the botched raid in March 2020. That ultimately led to her death. The jury says Hankinson violated Taylor's civil rights when he blindly shot into her apartment in 2020. The U.S. Probation Office previously recommended a prison sentence of up to 14 years.
We are grateful that he is at least going to prison and have to think for those 3 years about Breonna Taylor and that her life mattered.
We were here today for a just sentence. And while 33 months in prison is not enough, it's more than they were asking for.
Taylor's death was one of many high-profile killings of black people by police in 2020 that sparked nationwide protests in conjunction with the Black Lives Matter movement. Tornado survivors in southern Kentucky are running out of time to apply for FEMA aid. That deadline is tomorrow. That's July 23rd. FEMA has already approved more than $2.6 million in housing and other types of assistance to 481 households. If you haven't applied yet, you can go to Disaster Recovery Center or visit disasterassistance.gov. Well, the deadline to apply for FEMA assistance for April's flooding is coming up this week. People impacted by that flood have until this Friday, that's July 25th, to apply. If you sustain damage or loss caused by the severe storms, straight-line winds, flooding, landslides, and mudslides, you are encouraged to sign up. The Trump administration is moving forward with a critical flash flood risk database. That's according to a National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration official. This database would, for the first time, take climate change into account when making precipitation frequency estimates. It would help people understand their risk for flash flooding and assist civil engineers, designers, and builders with construction and infrastructure projects. Well, one of President Donald Trump's signature accomplishments is the big, beautiful bill. Some in the healthcare industry are concerned about cuts to Medicaid, especially in rural areas. We talked to leaders with Big Sandy Healthcare yesterday about just that.
Well, I think any time that the conversation shifts towards, reducing or limiting some access to Medicaid coverage, I think it gets our attention because we serve so many patients who have Medicaid as their payer source. And, when we think about our mission of providing accessible, affordable, high-quality care close to home, we do that without regard to people's insurance coverage. And so, I just envision us, we're going to be there for people no matter what challenges that come up. We're going to continue doing what we've been doing for decades, and that's providing care to folks when they need us.
And we do have that full interview from Issues and Answers with more about the future of rural healthcare and some projects happening at Big Sandy Healthcare on our website, WYMT.com. Groups throughout Kentucky are discussing the future of the state's energy grid. Dependable Power First Kentucky, a group focused on affordable, reliable electricity, recently hosted a meeting in western Kentucky. They're raising concerns about increasing electricity rates, partly due to energy demands from new data centers. The group is urging Kentuckians to contact elected leaders if they expect to be impacted. A new report also says Kentucky's reliance on coal has helped keep electricity prices lower than other states during the last 20 years. Kentucky Secretary of State Michael Adams was in Washington, D.C. yesterday. He joined a panel at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce on human trafficking to discuss Kentucky businesses against trafficking, a program he launched earlier this year. He says it's a statewide initiative all about working with high-foot traffic businesses, making sure they can recognize the signs of human trafficking and report it.
The issue is just simply awareness. People doom scroll all day and they feel so powerless, and they're suffering from compassion fatigue, and they just don't know how to help anymore. They feel so overwhelmed by all that's going on in the world. And this is an issue where we don't want to overwhelm them with one more thing, but we want to show them that you can be part of the solution, because this is something that's...
He says they're already partnered with more than 1,000 businesses and are now offering private trainings. It's now 5:43. Shark